Welcome. How we all doing? TikToks. Say hi to you, sweet thing. Oh, sweet thing. Interesting. That's a cute name, though. I'm not cooking today, so I have time to talk. This thing that I like to talk about today. Let's stop by. Let's stop by so we can talk. Hello, YouTube. So quiet. What's going on, my YouTube people? I'm still here. Um, let me finish doing hashtag first before we talk, okay? So let's come on in. Let's come on in. Let's have a conversation. I know when I cook, people were complaining that I don't respond to their conversation, that I don't respond to their comment. As I was saying that when I cook, Mary Bonet, welcome, sweetheart. Noya, Noya. That sound beautiful, Noya. What region are you from? Philippines? See, now when I want to have a conversation, no one want to talk. What's up with that? Blura, hello. Dimitri, hello to you also. Hey, Price Chavez. I'm sorry, okay? I have to apologize ahead of time. If I don't call your name right, that's because I'm so uneducated with people's name. Welcome to all of you. Let me see who's here. Okay, Dorothea. Dorotha? Dorothea? Dorothea. That's a pretty name, though. I'm so uneducated about your name. I'm sorry. My simple. Vanna. Vanna. Vanya. Someone called me bananas. Vanna bananas. I used to get mad, but not anymore. Lydia, hello. What kind of conversation you want to have with me? Because when I was cooking, people were mad because I don't have time to visit and have a conversation. I say hi too. Nothing else about hi. Hi, hello. Karen, hello to you too. How are we doing? Well, tell me, what region are you from? I'm originally from Cambodia. I was born in Cambodia. So today, maybe that's what I should be talking about Cambodia. So how many of you have heard about the contentions going on along Cambodian and Thai border a few weeks ago? About 2 weeks ago, I was on here crying my heart out because I was feeling so dangy doggy bad. I'm still am, I'm trying to cover all that with a smile. When there's a war, that it ain't any good. It's people gonna die. Yes, Karen, say hi to you too, sweetheart. So people are gonna suffer. People are gonna die. People are gonna be misplaced from their home. People want to leave their home to camping site, right? Campsite, not camping site. Camping site when you're happy going somewhere with your family and barbecue and sleep out in the woods somewhere, right? But refugee camp it's not a vacation spot. It's not a happy camp going. Okay, so when you have to leave your home, leave everything that you belong to you, your home, your land, the garden, your dog, and some family too. Because my family, You have heard about Cambodia and Thailand border, right? I mean, it's not a good situation. Damage kiss. Okay, tell me about why is damage kiss? Did somebody kiss you and left? Beautiful. What happened? Well, how do you come up with the name damage kiss? I like to know, because I'm curious, because you always been here supporting me. Let me know what's going on. Why is damage kiss? Is that a name that just popped up so that way conceal your identities, or that was just like a name that very popular in the communities, or someone breaking your heart? Let me know so I can go punch it for you. I don't know Muay Thai, but if I have to, I would defend myself. That's what Cambodia did, right? They defend themselves. They rise up and defend themselves. People say, "Oh, look at the poor soldiers. They had no shoe. They had no helmet. They had no goggles. They had no war equipment." Because because those soldiers are not ready to go to war. People say, "Oh, the opposition said, oh, they're so poor. They're the poor man. They look so sick. They look so sad." Guess what? Those people you don't want to mess with. Okay, those people went to war. Not from World War II though. Those went to World War II had gone beyond. Okay, but these are the children of World War II. These are the grandchildren of the not grandchildren, the father of the genocide victim. Cambodia went through genocide where this idiot decided to change the civilizations and kill all the. If you know Cambodia, okay, let's show hand who know about Cambodia. Tell me a little bit about Cambodia. Enlighten me about Cambodia, so that I don't have to spend time talking something you already know. I want to talk about something that you have not already know. If I say something that you already know, that I know that too. I could tell the story better. Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, so today I'm not cooking. Today I want to have the conversation. Oh, okay. Now it's going somewhere. Hold on, let me read the whole thing. Hold on, read over here. Let me log out of this thing first. Now it's going somewhere. Damage case. You're an artist, right? Damage case. You sing, right? Because to be honest with you, I have not even learned anything about you yet, save for you've been coming on here supporting me. Let me read what Damage Kid says. Hello to you too. Okay. So there's a song called Damage. People from Depeche? Depeche mode, and I combined Damage with Kiss for myself. Good. That makes sense. So, is it a beautiful song? I have to check it out. Because I listen to a lot of Stone song. I'm like in tune with his melody and his his love messages. So oh, nice. I like that. Oh, you do, huh? You play with instrument? Oh, you don't. You can't sing, and you don't play instrument. Me too. Well, I can croon along some of my favorite song, like Khmer song, Thai song, that the song that I heard from when, from the days, I know a few of Vinny's song, Mariah Carey, who repeated, and then who else? One of my favorite artists is a Canadian artist. Her name is let me see. Oh shoot, I can't even remember her name. Marie, what's her last name? The Canadian singer. The one that sing, dreaming, I must be dreaming, or am I lying here with you? Marie, what's her name? Papa last name. Remember her name? Dreaming, I must be dreaming. So she, can't believe I can't remember her last name. Marie. I do research. I don't. I use all my device, my iPad, my iPhone, my computer. In fact, I have another phone, but then I have to charge it. Not Marie Osmond. That's an Osmond family. Marie. Who knows who I'm talking about? TikTok? Help me out here. That beautiful singer, Canadian singer, the one that sing, dreaming, I must be dreaming, or am I lying here with you? Let me see. Damn it, Kiss, you know who that is? Anne Marie, yay! Good girl. Okay, so she's one of my favorite singer. Well, I love Michael, but when Michael take a trip home, and that break my heart. And Whitney Houston is always been my favorite too, but she went home already. So Marie's still around, and Dolly Parton, I'm okay with her. I'm not a big fan of country music. And Kenny Rogers, I listen to his songs, especially the song on Lucy. Lucy, you find the right time to leave me, Lucy. 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I said, Roger, go turn the crop in the field. So he's already had crop in the field. Let's go harvest the crops and feed the hungry children. That would solve the problem. You love Dolly? Yeah, I know that when she do it with Kenny Rogers, they sing so well together. And then I love Crystal Gayle. I heard her song, and I love her long hair. Oh, that long hair was like, she had like too much hair, and it was cascade down all the way to the bottom of her soul. And one time I was living in Fresno, California, and she came on one of the State Fair tour, and she came, and I really want to see her. But at the time, I just had a new baby, and I didn't want to take the baby to the fair, the state fair, busy. So I didn't get a chance to see Crystal Gayle. Maybe one day, and that she relate to what Loretta Franklin, something like that. Is it? So I love Crystal Gayle. That like that beautiful blue eyes and the blonde hair of her. Not blonde though, she was like golden brown. So that hair of her, she's like, ooh, the perfect strand of hair. It's just like two perfect cascade down from her head to below her toes. She's like sweeping her hair on the floor. She's gorgeous, and she has a beautiful voice. And yeah. And then Whitney, I love most of her song, and I can sing by heart a few of her song, and that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Okay, I'm here just to spend some time with all of you, because people will always send me comments say, we say hi to you, you never say hi back to us, you don't interact with us, you arrogant, you don't even talk to us. I wish I would have talked to you, but when my hands got all the germs, and I'm blind by definition. Well, I can read, but I say I'm blind so that I don't have to read.
Do you want to do the cake? Hi. We're going to do the cake. Do you want to do it with us real quick?
Okay.
Okay.
So see, I waited all day. Just like cooking, I waited all day to clear everybody's traffic, so that way I don't keep anybody from cooking. Now, okay, let me go blow the birthday cake. Don't go away now, okay? Think of some of the things that you want to talk to me about, because if you're gonna demand my attention, it better be good. Hold on. Let me hear them put candle on first, because it's my third daughter's birthday. She just turned 36, I think. 36. Yeah, 36. Well, they're getting old, huh? I must be old. Shoot. The older I get, the smarter I do. Yes. Uh. I know, right? Sometimes when the older we get, the more confused we do. Okay, give me 5 minutes. I'll be back. Let me go blow the cake. But actually, she was born on August the 9th. Since we couldn't get together, her husband wasn't home. The kid, her son was in Bournemouth on his on his field trip with his soccer team. So he just came back. School started on Monday, so she's extremely busy. So I'm just enjoy the fact that I spent 34 years taking care of 6 children one by one, watch them graduated one by one, from the firstborn who born in 1986 down to the last one born in 2002. So I'm a grandmother now. I should be happy. You know, don't be asking how old I am. Okay, age is just a number. If I say that I have lived around the sun 6 rounds, so hold on. That's not true. 60 rounds. Hold on. 62 rounds. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Let me go say happy birthday and bring me some piece of ice cream cake from you know where. Yes, I'm coming. Better be the big one. Hold on. I don't have camera. Happy birthday. What you need for? I have people waiting online. Yes, I want the biggest piece first. And another 20-year mom. Right. Give me a big piece, okay? I'm back. All right. So TikTok, talk to me. The people saying, you don't talk to me. You don't spend time with us. Okay. Here I am. Ask me. Ask me some intelligent questions. Okay. Gotta be intelligent. If you're not intelligent, I'm just, yeah. No, I'm peaceful people. But if you want me to spend time with you, let's see what you have. Okay, what question do you have? What concern do you have? What do you like to know? What food? What region? But don't ask for a personal question, okay? It's something that I like to share. Some I don't. Same thing for you. I don't want to hear everything about your personal life. Okay, personal life. That's why they call personal. You know what that means? Personnel. Personnel, people who work at a department. Personal is something that like very dear to you, something you don't share. It's some personal stuff that I don't like to share. I don't like people to know. It's something that I like to keep with me. Okay, but anyway, so remember weeks ago I was making la Bubu. Anyway, because people said that la Bubus are doll made from, it's like satanic looking, especially all the teeth. Okay, so I went to do a little bit of research, and a lot of people say crazy thing about crazy thing, So they said, oh, well, this thing can come alive and haunted you at night and look at you like all the evil eyes. Some of them are pink, some are blue, some whatever it is. Okay, so if we started believing things such as this thing, we are really out of common sense. You know that? Like, oh, what? I'm gonna get you. Oh, I'm so scared. Yeah. So how true it is, all the legends, because if we start believing in thing would come to pass. Okay, That's why they said that if you pray enough, you will get blessed. I keep asking the Lord. Sometimes I said, I'm not a little girl. I want to be asking all the time if I have those blessings already. Just give it to me. Don't have me to go ask you every day. But he said, pray every day. Okay. So my so yeah, this toy is like the hottest thing. You have to order online. They don't have shop for it. Maybe I could open a shop for this. What you think? Then at night this thing gonna come alive and like woo. But then there are people who say that this thing had a symbolic of the dark spirit, the dark world creatures. All the fang gonna come and suck you at night. And the eye can glow and turn scary at night. So okay, anything scary at night anyway, even my backyard it's scary backyard anyway. Even in the morning it look fine, look lovely. The sun come out, I don't see the shadow, I don't see the dark rock, thing like that. So yeah, everything looks spooky. So I got the eye, I got the feet and the toes and everything. Look at that. He only have 3 toes, so good thing he only got 3 toes. Otherwise I'll spend 5 years finishing this thing. In fact, yeah, I need to stretch the toes because what the
You said a half piece.
Oh, I'm sorry guys. This is why yoga help. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? Let me see. What happened to my internet? Anyway, my internet turned bad because everybody's home trying to get on the internet at the same time. I used 3. Let me see. Sorry, damage case. My let me try to resituate with my internet. Okay, so I trying to make the eye look as much as cute as possible. Okay, right now I got everything else but the teeth, the fang, and the ears. So let me see. My my internet. Hold on. Let the internet situated on my iPhone. I could have done that. But anyway, could you hear me okay on TikTok? Let me know if you can hear me because my internet is. My daughter, she trying to replace. She's trying to get on the new internet system. So it's a test out. So I know I'm not gonna eat all this. I'm just joking with my cake, but this is ice cream cake, and so it's good though.
Delicious.
This is chocolate ice cream over white cakes and blue topping. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me do a setting on my. Let me close one. Yeah. Damage kiss. I have to close one item. Are we okay? Well, it's kind of hot today. So this is ice cream cake. I'll get some of this best ice cream cake from where? Anybody? So I was telling you about the Bubu doll, okay? So I have the eyes and I have to fix the nose and the fang and the ears and I'll be done. I've been working this. It wasn't that take that much of time to to make La Bubu doll. It's just that I didn't really focus on it. My focus is toward family, thing that matter more. Okay, so I that's a lot scarier than this, right? Well, this is La Fufu, then it's not La Bubu. Okay, let's go La Fufu. La Fufus are the fake product. Okay, yeah. So maybe I'll put some hair on here. That I need to do, and then I put a smiling face on here. Okay. So, yeah, got 3 toes. So don't be messing with her. And then she got 4 fingers. So there's no middle finger. So she got ring finger, pointy finger, and the mother finger and the baby finger. So there's no middle finger. Good girl. You can't do the bad finger. So yeah, there you go. Say hi. There you go. Right? Look at that cute hands, cute toes. So chubby. Because here. Oh yeah, these are real things, supposed to be like a serial number with a little tag. This you can hang on to your keychain. No, this thing is not traveling with me. I'm gonna put it back in the box. Actually, my granddaughters know that I like green, so she ordered extra one for me. She have a few herself, and she gave one up for me though. That's really special, you know what I mean? Yeah. So this thing right here is a hot item right now. You know, people make it out from 14 karat gold. So here I'm making out of 24 karat emeralds here. La Bubu. Yeah, they said they're gonna come at night and scare you. It looks so scary. Look at that. You know, so start making up story. Okay. Stop telling your brain that there's something real. It's not. So here's the ice cream part here. So I was saying that damaged kiss on the internet connection is pretty lousy here. Because oh, can you hear me now? Damaged kiss. My internet was acting up because everybody's at home now, connect to the home internet. I have to turn off one item here so I can, because I can't really see it on the phone, on the phone chat. So I have to turn off one device here so I can have you back on. I hope you can hear me. Anyway, so I'm here. To ask how many of you heard about the war between Cambodia and Thailand. You know that I don't really want to get involved and talk about it, because sometimes I said it's not my business, because I live here in America now. I don't have business in Cambodia. So I like to say that it's true, but it's not. Okay, so it still bothers me though, you know. I mean, I don't want to go back and reflect and collected about it, but deep inside it does hurt though, you know. I mean, when you see, well, war is terrible anyway. It doesn't have to be just in Cambodia, okay, or Thailand. It's terrible everywhere. There's war going on around the world. Middle East going on endless. It started since they left Garden of Eden. Brother and brothers kill each other from the time. If you look at Seth and Adam children, Seth and Cain, the only 2 brothers, only 3 men at a time. Adam, two kids, and some daughters. Maybe there were more men then, but the more of the men then. but I didn't read the whole story. I just know that the two brothers got so mad at each other, and one ended up unalive the others. So since then, the division between the brothers had established from the very foundation of the earth. Some country have dealt with war endless, serious, endless. Afghanistan, ongoing. Iran, ongoing. Where else in the world that with active war? And then thing with Cambodia and Thailand out of nowhere. And you have seen people post Cambodian soldiers that wear like plastic thong, on their feet. They don't have all that war equipment. Because why? Because they didn't think they was going to go to war with anybody. Not like the invaded country, they came with equipped war equipment, with the goggle, the mask, because they plan to do all that. So they equipped it. They have this body cam, night vision, drone with bomb airplane and all that, and the tanker and all that. What else? If they're ready for war, they have all that because they planned these. Okay, they didn't just happen overnight like let me go bomb Cambodia, let me go bomb the Cambodia. No, it's not like that. It was premeditated war crimes. Okay, it didn't just wake up one day and say, oh, I don't know, I had a headache, I gotta go bomb somebody to release my headache. It's not like that. They take years of planning. All this tension happening since the time where Cambodian woke up from death from the genocide. If you learn about the history of Cambodia, is that from 1975 up until 1990, there was genocide occur. My family, about 150 of my family was slaughtered in one day. I'm lucky that my immediate family are alive because my dad and my mom were living in the farmhouse. We have a farmhouse out in the secluded farming area. We left the village, otherwise we would have been dead too, but we got lucky. They didn't find us. The Khmer Rouge or the communist Khmer didn't find us. We were out in the field. But while we're at the field, there was propagandas, and the village men called for the meetings. Hey, so this is the propagandas that they created to scare us, to drive us out of our farm, out of the village. This is what they say. Okay, well, this is 1974, before the Khmer Rouge taken over the city of Phnom Penh. The city of Phnom Penh is the capital city of Cambodia. We call it Phnom Penh, Phnom Penh. Okay, so my family were living in a farmhouse far away from the village. My dad acquired some farmlands, and he's a rice farmer. He had a lot of lands, and he spent a lot of time on the farm because it's such a big farm. It takes a long time to finish seasoning. The harvesting take time, the plowing, the sowing, the harvesting, the collecting, and it takes seasonal, like 4 seasons. Okay, my dad never rests. The only time that he rests probably in the month of April, when we spend like the whole month celebrating Cambodian New Year. If you know about Cambodian New Year, when we celebrate, we do celebrate. We're not just like Happy New Year, and then the next day will be an old year. No, we celebrate until we got exhausted with food, music, and celebration. And that's how we celebrate New Year. And it's not in January, it's in April the 15th. Why? We have different calendar system, okay? So, though we recognize modern New Year also, but Cambodian New Year's is called Songkran, which majority of Southeast Asian or Asian country like Thailand, Laos. I know that the three nations that celebrate this holiday that accumulated or that have to do with the Buddhist tradition, where we celebrate the same New Year, we do the same ritual, and then and now you understand why we have a lot of similarity in dress, in attire, in the dance, in the culture, in the language, in the written language, and all that, right? So traditionally, Cambodian was supposed to be the oldest text. And if you study further, they said that, well, Thailand are the wanted people from China, and they come and join Cambodia with the free land. So after centuries of freelance, and they wanted to own the land, so they started building force and driven the owner out of the land in force. Okay, I don't know. I mean, that's what the history say. So this time where the Khmer Empire stretched throughout and all the way to the land of Burma. So there was no Thailand exist at the time, according to the history. The professor in Cambodia didn't recognize that too. I mean, only the new generation where the history has been taught, this history has been twisted and created propagandas and different way of learning about the cultural heritages. People under the impression that Cambodian steal land, steal all that monastery, all those ruined the temples. The Cambodian have over 3,000 temples in that small land, and they are beautiful, not just like a tiny carving work. No, they really put like a lifetime carving, just like in Egypt, when you see all the scroll, all those carving on the wall of the pyramids, or even Aztec people who carving all this history, because there was no written text at the time. If they do writing text, they have to write on the gold leaves or yeah, gold leaves, yeah, or stone. Okay, in fact, Ten Commandment was carved out of stone. Okay, it was not papers and anything like that, because if you carve on the stone, it's gonna last forever unless it calm down and break and break apart. You still can glue it back, right? Same thing, all the history, all those carving. Cambodian had millions of carving on their on carving characters on the alphabet, on the life story that carved in the wall. Men were fishing, men were building, men was in like at war. I mean, everything was recorded on the wall. And they said, oh, Khmer people are just a bunch of dumb people. There was studies saying that even told by the Thai professor that the Cambodian people are the 3 smartest people in the world. And I believe them. I'm one of them. I speak 4 languages, okay, being Cambodian. So don't underestimate it. Oh yeah, that face, she can't even speak right English. It's okay. I don't feel bad. It's okay. I speak, I have an accent. I'm not going to worry about that, I mean, I never worried about how people judge me, because my life is not here about taking anybody's judge or judging or discriminations or racism. I overdone that. I overcome that. I was telling my sweetheart that when I first came to America, it was in August, at the end of August. So at the time, 1980, I was 17, going on my being 18. So because I'm still being underage, so my sponsor enrolled me in high school. So I didn't understand anything about American educational system. And because I didn't speak a word of English, so I'm like, okay, being led like a little puppy, go wherever the sponsor take us. In fact, we can even speak with the sponsor, because it was spoken in English. But luckily, sometimes we get interpreter. So that's why I decided that when I learn enough English, that I decided to become interpreters, and I did for the last 40 years, 35, 40 years of my life. I decided that I will overcome the language that I'm living in, that I learn the language that people need me. It's like, so I used to speak Vietnamese too, but I'm minimal now because it's been 35 years that I left the Vietnamese community, but I'm actively involved in the Cambodian community and the Thai community also. Love both. Okay. The Laotian community, of course, I have to have the American, because to be the bridge, you're gonna have to have the right kind of tool to build it. Okay. So I work as community advocates, as ambassador, as liaison worker, all this fancy word like the liaison worker, the liaison that's spelled with the double I, the double A, whatever that is, right? So I'm a little, I know that really is something that I'm blessed with, because the language comes so easy. It take me 4 years. In high school, they kept me in high school for 4 years. By the time I graduated, get my diploma, I was 21 and a half years old. I was born in January, and then we didn't graduate until like June. So, if a person born in January, by June, so it will be the 6th month, right? So yeah. So I never know that because I never know that how the school age work. So my job was just to go to school every day to get educated. It took me, by the 3rd month in high school, I learned to dialogue a little bit. I remember when I think I told this story before, that my first class, I don't even know how to read the schedule or the yeah, didn't know how to read the class schedule. But my sponsor took us to the classroom, the first class, at 7:45, I think at the time. I can't read schedule or syllabus. So it was cooking class. I thought that was easy, they probably think it's easy transition for me. I don't know why cooking class, right? So it's not my first time cooking class. I have cooking class when I was in Thailand too. Excuse me. Like many of you know that I spent 1974. Well, actually, we didn't get summoned to the camp until 1975. So spent 1975 until almost at the end of 1980. So I've been in the camp, well, a little bit over 5 years. Okay, it's not quite 6 years, but it's over 5 years. So then I didn't know that God had prepared me for this greater mission. So Thai have been generous in that refugee camp. So they open up the door for the children to go to school and get educated in Thai languages, because they want to dominate. That anybody who live in a country gotta at least speak their language. So I spent a good about maybe 3 years in Thai grammar schools, and I did really, really well. And then beside that, in the camp there was vocational training, like teaching elderly people or older people or any of interest to learn how to learn the home cooking skill, like cooking, sewing, crocheting, knitting, and the floral making out of crepe papers. So if you have crepe papers, I can make a few. Well, thank you. Made bouquets, so my first My first school in United States was Lincoln High School in Stockton, California. We first came and settled in Stockton, California. Say hi to you too, Lydia. Did you come back or where am I? Mhm. Yes. Lovey loving. It was, I'm torn. I'm trying hard not to like be emotional about it. If you leave me there, I'll be crying again. I'm just trying to like not think about it, but I want to talk about it because a lot of people still don't know what's going on. So let me take you to war between Cambodia and Thailand. Okay, so there's a lot of fake news, a lot of propagandas, a lot of false narrative. You know that I speak both languages, so I know when I wake up in the morning, that's what I listen to. Before I go to bed, that's what I tune into. So the point where I said I'm not going to listen to any news today, and then boom, there was another bombing. There was another group of soldiers being captured and not being released. And there was a peace treaty, and then was like everybody agreed, the two nations agreed that they're gonna cease fire, but then before the hour's up, they went and bomb and they went and do crazy stuff again. So that is like, do you not read? Do you not understand? I said, we don't care about ceasefire agreement. We want our land back. What you gonna do with extra land that belong to you? Just take care of your own country. Don't even have to. What's going on? I still don't understand because just take care of what you have. Build empire. Build extra space. Take yourself to the moon. Something. Why bother poor country? And then they'll be laughing. Okay, I love my Thai people. Remember now. My ancestors are from Thailand. Even go back to the time they probably are Cambodian, but just got stuck in Cambodia, got stuck in Thailand. Now they claim themselves Thai. So now, when all this happened, I'll tell you what, I'm ashamed to call myself that. So I'm just saying I'm Cambodian now. If all my Thai family gonna disown me, you know what? It does not hurt me. I live none in the countries. I live here in America. It does not affect me physically, but it affects me mentally because it hurt. It hurt. Because it affects all of us, not just them. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Damaged Kids. So what's going on right now? Okay. Despite of ceasefire agreement. So they said, well, no more shooting. Well, they didn't say that no more shooting include no more slingshot shooting. So that's what I heard. The last thing I heard was that Thai army is now using slingshot shootings across the borders, or they already had entered the minefield. Do you know that during the Khmer Rouge, a Pol Pot regime, they planted millions of landmines to prevent Cambodian from leaving the country. So most of the landmines in the jungle are not being disabled, are not being removed. So the question is, if another country does not invade Cambodia and to step on the landmine in their land, so when they said ceasefire, withdraw your troop, go home, bye-bye, have a good life, relax and enjoy your life. And if the soldiers step on landmines on someone else's land, the mine that had been deposited since 1975, and no one there to remove it, and you just happen to like looking around, with the slingshot and trying to shoot at people's head and stay on a landmine, what is that telling you? Why are you going over to the other side of the borders and step on the landmine? And you know what then too? If me or somebody else on this social media, they're trying to spread the the good news or the news, legit news, they have their hacker. They shut off the channel. They turn off the channel. They disable the channels. You know, that's why people don't even able to come on here and tell the truth. But now the truth came out. The people know what this nation did to this nation. I don't have to mention name because it's that ugly. So just remember that if you have no business going to people's house and you get bitten by dog, and then we said beware of the dog or beware of dog, or you on cameras and you will go anyway and you get bitten by the dog, and who fault is it? They said, oh, it's a homeowner fault, it's a dog. Of course, they're defending, protecting their home, they're gonna have dogs. The same thing, you know, if you have no business to go over anybody's country and step over the landmine in their country, so mean that someone is invading in someone property. Like 2 + 2 = 4. It's not 2 + 2 = 1. Okay, no one is that crazy. Even kids understand that. Hello, you know, I'm not blame anybody. I'm just saying that common sense. Stand for justice, stand for truth, stand for humanitarian. Okay, don't go to the temple and pray to Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. You recite 3 times every day and bow to the monk, bow to deity, pray to your God, and then your heart is dark. That's a bull. Okay, called bull. Come out of the bull from the behind. So I remain quiet. I want to see, okay, how disrespectful this could get, and what people will say about people who speak the truth. They shut them down. I'm not worried. I don't make money out of this. So if I'm shut down, I'll create another account. And I'll create another account. This is America. Go ahead. Do what you want to do. No. If you live in fear, you're going to be disrespected. Just like, let's go back to the Cambodian soldier. Let me tell you about Cambodian soldiers, okay? He or they may look pity to you, look lifeless, look skinny, look old, look like he need to be home with his grandchildren. Okay. You are wrong. Okay. Why those old people are sent to the front line? Because those are the experienced fighter. They are the guerrilla fighter. They've been to war. They survived the 5 years, no, the 3 years, the 4 years of something month under Khmer Rouge. They didn't have food for 5 years. They lived through it, okay? So those people up there in the front line didn't have food, water for days because they couldn't get supply up to where they stationed at because they're busy fighting the invasions of, you know, our lovely neighbor who always want something from them. And then the bomb. And then the chemical warfare where they, you know, drops of tear gas. When they know that the Cambodians don't have masks, but they have masks because they prepare all this, and they be laughing. You know, look at those people suffered. How do you do that? How do you call yourself free country, land of smile? When you're not smiling, you're laughing at others. Okay, that's not right. Do not call yourself land of free, land of smile when your freedom is on the suffering of others. Okay, land of free means that you free yourself from enemy, you free yourself of oppression, you earn that title because you're no longer subject to war that bring destruction to your own country and to other country. Just take care of what you have. What you don't have is not yours. If it's yours, it will be yours long time ago, from the time of the earth. No. No. Do it sound biased? No, I'm speaking the truth. The truth needs to be heard. Justice needs to be done. And laughing at a man who wearing plastic thong on his feet. There is a true story behind that. Okay. One, those men weren't ready to go to war, so they just make themselves at home. They're just there because these had been like a nudging going on for about what since what year? 1990. But you know what? During the Khmer rule regime, okay, it's about 4 years and something months. Thai had all the opportunity to take those land, and Cambodian wouldn't even know. But no, but they never know because it's recorded in it's recorded. They had to record. So the Khmer gonna continue to fight. But at the time the Khmer Rouge, okay, Khmer Rouge was not interested in any of the monastery. They didn't even care for it. They even shit on it, okay? They bombed it, they destroyed it, but there was left over from Khmer Rouge. Thai could have stepped in and claimed that, you know why they can't step into? Because with too many landmines, so they cannot get into claim it. Until the world UNESCO, the world bomb, what you call it? So when the Princess Diana was still alive and she did something far beyond any humanity. Okay, so she provided funding for Cambodia to train people, train animals like rats and mouse to go sniff at the mines and when they detect that they get disabled, removed, because too many Cambodian people became they walked through the minefields and lost their life and lost their limbs. So there were like thousand of those victims. So what she did was that she was the head of the programs. I can't remember the project that was. It was the mine removal project. It was a long project. They still have it now with some funding since Princess Diana is gone. I don't know who in charge of it, but Cambodian leave a big benefit from that project. So there's still a lot of landmine remover agency going on. Okay, last time I heard was that they trained a little mouse, little mice, to go into the jungle and sniff at the mine. The little mouse is smart. You know what I mean? The little thing, you think that you're gonna swap them or put and poison them because they came over into the restaurant or to your garage or whatever it is. The sucker are smart. Now I have a new level of respect for the little mouse. Now when I see mouse, I'm like, you can live with me, okay? But don't shitting around. So, I tell you a story to that too. Before I learned about the mouse being the sniffing agent, bomb sniffing or landmine sniffing agent, I was visiting with my daughter in Philadelphia. So you know how the residential unit in Philadelphia, they're like attached to each other like apartment complex, like a one complex living, but then it's individual owned by each resident or a property owner. So my daughter rent one of the apartment on 6th Street, I think. So the whole complex is infested everywhere. I'm not saying that Philadelphia is dirty. In New York too, well, in Las Vegas too, anywhere, because we share space with with creature like that. They came from the ground. They travel. They, you know, they have the bunker. They have somewhere where they can travel miles and through around the earth. You know, I mean, they creature of God, so they exist everywhere. So when I see the little mouse, you know, they train him to go sniff at the landmine. I'm looking, I'm like, dang. You know, Cambodian people eat 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 field mouse or the bamboo mouse, you know, bamboo rat or field rat. They're plenty. They'll eat your crop until you have nothing left. Anyway. So when I see that happen, I'm like, dang, I have new respect for the mouse. So other story back to my daughter's apartments in Philadelphia. So it got little mouse coming across, you know. So she used one of those sticky glue mouse trap, right? So I was visiting with her. I'm always in the kitchen cleaning and cooking. And so that we have to like sterilize the whole kitchen area because it's been visited by the rat. It's a tiny one. It's not big, you know. It's not like bamboo rat. It's like that big, like rabbit. So cute. So one morning I woke up and a little mouse is trapped in that glue trapper, you know, the mouse trapper, and I'm like, and like this mouse was like pacifier. I'm scared at my present. And I look at the little thing, you know, I'm like, and look at him. He's like gaggle. He was like he want to be free. He could. Everywhere he touched, the glue would grab on the feet, the tail, you know, and then the whole thing was like he's in the glue. So I look at that thing and I feel so bad, and so I slowly move, you know, him or her, can't remember if it's him or her, out of glue, you know, because that thing was like fierce too. So I have to use a fork and other thing to have to free him, but then the glue is still on his skin anyway. But I got him out from the trap, and then I accompany him outside the apartments, and there was a park in front of the apartment. So I said, do not come back. Tell your auntie, your uncle, your grandma and grandpa, and your kid to be, do not come back to this house. So the rat went off. So when I learned about that rat, those rats are being trained as the landmine sniffer. I'm like, dang it. You know, he had a cute little helmet, you know, and he got a little, in fact, he had that little mask on him and everything. You know, it was so cute. Like he's a combatant. Like he's so cute. So I have a new respect for the brother mouse. So yeah. Anyway, so back to the invasion of the good neighborhood. Yeah. So now every morning you hear the one soldier, a two soldier, a three soldier lost a limb from stepping on mine in Cambodia or in with their own territory. So then we have to ask ourselves these questions. What the hell are you doing in the region? Why? If peace agreements are signed that you're supposed to go home, sleep with your wife, and, you know, spend time with your kids and what have you, and go to the temple and pray for forgiveness. And what are you doing back in the land where it's full of minefield? Should we believe you guys honestly leave us alone, or Cambodian alone? Should we believe honestly that those 20 armymen that got captured and sent to back home, they're all crazy now because they inject them with all kind of chemicals because they're being espionage and being questions about where the leaders' house is so they can go bomb them. So there's still 18 more at home. But then one of those, first it was 21, one of them escaped to tell the horror story. So then they later on, a few days later, they released 2, but they banged up so bad that one of them that didn't come back, okay, totally had amnesia. All of a sudden, you have a healthy armor soldier that before captured, after capture, was like, he's no longer with us. He's in his another world. So they tortured him so bad. And the other man was like, the whole body was like broken on life support. And the one that escaped, telling us, I mean, shake hand with one arm and stab them on the arm, on the another arm. So you can be trusted anymore. The trust has been broken. Even the treaty is being signed is broken. They said they don't care. They want their land back. Come on. The world already know the truth. Stop lying. You just make yourself look bad. Right now, just like you have this uniform to cover yourself, and then when you start lying too much, then your underwear start to show, and then you're lying more, then you have no more cover to yourself. Just like the Pinocchio, he was a good wooden boy until this old man put some magic and bring him to life, and then so Pinocchio, he liked to brag and boast, and lie. So each time he lied, he had curse on it. So his nose grow, right? His nose grow. Little by little. Each time he lied, the nose grow longer and longer and longer. Same thing. It's the Pinocchio narrative. So stop lying, because people know the truth already. A lot of people stand up speaking the truth. I admire a lot of American folk, though, even in China, they speak the truth. Even in South Korea, they help spread the truths and stand with Cambodia. And what made me proud being Cambodian is that Cambodians, even we broke and poor, we stand together like glue. They form the group. They rally peacefully. They even brought a whole bunch of people to rally in front of the White House. The guards said, well, why are you here? This is White House. No one allowed here. Oh, yes, you do. But then because peaceful rallies occur and they wanted to, thank you. Damage case. It's better on here. I know. YouTube, I don't know, YouTube. I gotta have conversation with YouTube. I don't want to go to war with them, but they gotta be nice to me, I mean, so many nations stand with Cambodia, help spread the truth, help spread the true narrative, stand with justice, okay? And if you have not learned about the contentions, the conflict on Cambodian border, I know you heard them because it's everywhere. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's on TikTok the most, okay? Because a lot of Cambodian on TikTok. And not only I see Cambodian on TikTok talking about asking for justice for their country. We had all kind of people. I have people from Nigeria, I have people from London, I mean throughout the nations that are standing for Cambodia, because they first is when they hear the Thai news and all the narrative and fake news, about Cambodian bombing the hospital, the school, and 7-Eleven. People captured the 7-Eleven bombing on the videos. Seeing the back scene of the 7-Eleven videos, they set up the camera crew with actors and actresses, block the road, okay, ascend the bomb, capture of the scenery, and post it on social media as a Cambodian bomb. But in Cambodian ain't have the kind of weapon at the time to even ascend that kind of bomb to drop. Okay, so if we took bomb, okay, from the heavy artillery, I don't know what kind of bomb it is. I have this. It's one of those heavy artillery where you got one boom like this. It's the bomb would go like a curved side, a curvy like rainbow. It does not drop straight from the about. It's not like it being dropped from a drone. I think that's what happened. It was dropped from the drone on their own land to create a narrative, okay, to create the false narrative, to tell the world that, oh, we are a victim. But the invaders know a victim. Just remember that. Invader came with intention to kill, to annihilate, to destroy, to destruct, to take over someone's home, someone's land, someone's property. Just like robber, when they come, they're looking for something they can gain. They don't come in here and say, hello, I'm hungry. Can you give me a big fat turkey? You know, it's not like that. They come over, and when during you sleep and they break in, or you know, they hiding in and they demand, or they rob and they tie, they kill, and they beat. I deal with home invasion family all the time in Stockton, California. You know, so I know how it's like. So so now that the world knew a little bit better about the invasion, about the war, about the contentions, about who bombed first. First, it's that Cambodian bombed them first, so in act of defense. So that's why they send the F-15 and bomb the hell out of them. And that plane, they said people said, oh yeah, U.S. supported them. No, U.S. didn't support them. U.S. may have sold the warplane to them, but said there's the criteria, the stipulation to it that you can't do this. We did that with the equipment that you have. But you know, they said, I don't care. I want the land back. So we do whatever it is, even to break the promise, even break the agreement, even break the law, even to put more of that bad repetition. Now they think that they got all straight and square away. No, it's not. If the truth come out, then now what, they're gonna hide their face somewhere? Oh, but now that the ceasefire is snapped, U.S. knew about it. The whole world know about it. So why the Cambodian rally? Justice. They ask for justice. They don't want war. They don't want to fight. They don't want to the invader. They don't want another war. We just got reason from death. You know that over 2 million of Cambodian people were slaughtered during the Pol Pot regime. I'm the survivor. I can tell you about it. And in fact, I knew about the second killing field. I knew about what Thai people did to about 40,000 of Khmer people to drop them from the hill. I'm going to talk about it another time because I have family members who survived from that, my own family. I also have people that I work with that told me about a horrible story, the survivor. Okay, so we're going to have to talk about that another time. But today, I just want to continue our conversation because you guys said that Chef Vanna never talked to us. You're right. I didn't have time to talk. Like I was saying, my hands was cooking. I need to focusing on food demonstration, cooking demonstration. So in fact, I didn't even have time. I know all of you say, oh, I don't care for her. She don't talk to us. She don't interact with us. So that's why today I'm here to interacting with all of you. Because I value all of you. Just because I'm not interacting with you, it doesn't mean that I don't value you. Okay. Yes. Now the truth come out. 11. The truth come out. A lot of damaged kids. The truth come out. You hear enough already. You can put 2 to 2 together, right? So you know that who really need to like stay home and enjoy the retirement instead of trying to work about beyond and cause more harm to people already broken. Because I'm still broken from the war. Do you know that when that genocide occurred, I was only about 10 years old. That's 1974 when they started recruiting the Khmer Rouge, recruiting men. I think on July of 1975, when the whole Khmer Rouge marched out into the capital city with propagandas and driven everybody out of home. The street is clear. Everybody it marched down to the field, to the work camp. Okay. For that many years, since that time on, everybody becomes slavery. All the educated people are slaughtered. The monk disrobe. The people, educated people, were slaughtered one by one, and even their families, they all slaughtered. They persecuted the whole generation from mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, anybody who's our government, civic workers, the soldiers, the armies, the teacher, lawyers, dignitarian, Chinese descent, anybody who wear glasses that have light complexion, they got it all dead, or they make them all become farmer. But then those the educators are all slaughtered one by one with the family. Okay. So it was horrific. They believe that about 2 million people were slaughtered for that period of time. About 150s are my family. So one day during 1975, under the commandment of a gentleman, the Khmer Rouge came into the village that are my family. You know that my family are Thai descent, so the whole village of all Thai-speaking communities, okay, because there was no war at the time, so everybody lived in peace. So more and more people had moved to live in Cambodia peacefully. There was no contentions between the Cambodians or even Thai. You know, we choose our own living quarters, little city. We call it Thai city. We call it Cambodian city or Chinese city. Like here in America, if Chinese people occupy a certain city, we call Chinatown, Japanese town, Korean town. Just like in Long Beach, California, where like 40, 50,000 Khmer people live there, they call Cambodian town. Wherever we did not take over the land, but we have the territory that we take pride in to create economy, to raise the family, to have the unity. And they own a little area that they can relate it to, that they call home. The Chinese people are about doing establishment, you know, everywhere you go, the Chinatown, a Vietnamese village, or Japanese town, or Korean town. I never heard about white town, you know. I'm sorry, white folk. You have more territory than any kind of community. Yeah, so we're not taking over. We just share the space that we can organize in a group to create community, to create economy opportunity. Great, right? Just like in San Francisco, for example, it's a large community of the LBG and what else community? The gay and lesbian and the transgenders and all that. Okay, so they have the territory there. So with respect, I mean, doesn't matter where we at. We like to get together, that like in a little group, a little circle of the community that we support each other. When I was in Stockton, I wasn't living like among the rich or the famous or the safest town. I live right where they said the high crime rate, you know, and I work with those people. One by one, I change their life. I get into the community. I walk in the community. The cop don't want to walk in. I walk in there. People see me in the hot sun. They bring out the umbrella, a bottle of water. You know, I got to know them. I built rapport with the community. In fact, I used to work in the community of Black American. At a time where the non-document was like, there's no issue with non-documented community. So myself and the co-worker who speak the language would go into the community. We provide the services. I didn't speak Spanish, but then it didn't stop me from working. I don't live in Black community, but I work with them. You know, person who bring the resource and help them cross over to get the resources they need and referrals, and help them overcome health disparities and get them hooked up with whatever they need. Why I'm talking about it? I'm talking about it started with friendship. Okay, Too wrong doesn't make it right. I know that Cambodians should have, duck down and let them walk over their face and let them walk on the minefields. It's not like that. Every country, if we invaded like a home, if we get invaded, if you can get up and grab the gun and shoot, don't come to my door. I have them too. Okay, Las Vegas, Nevada, baby. Okay, we have different rule over here, just like in Texas. I like that. Yeah, cute, cuddle, but dangerous. Anyway, so what's the cost of conversation about today? Today is that though the peace treaty is signed, it's not guaranteed that Cambodia is safe. Okay, because tricking people are going to be tricky. The robbers always gonna make plan about where they're gonna break into, which neighborhood or which part of the neighborhood they're gonna break into, or what kind of weapon. Cindy said, well, they didn't say that I cannot attack them on the land. I cannot attack them on the water. Cambodia is bordered by Pacific Ocean, I believe. Same thing with the friendly neighbor. We're all bordered by the oceans. So they thought, well, let me bring them this biggest warship. It was spotted. Okay. And the slingshot. You know what they do with the slingshot in the day, my friends? Because I was born in a country that toy was not even allowed or not even available. If I want toys, I have to make toys out of clay. Yes. This is how some of our intuitive that was like shown early in the life, right? So when it was in Cambodia, I never have a toys. Not because my mom and dad can afford it, because there was no toys. If there's toys, it was like plastic toys, the eye would come off, soon you take it home, and I spent time looking for the eye that dropped onto the ground or to the mud. So there was one toy that my mom got me. It was cheap. It's a cheap toys. I don't even know where it made it from. So then she brought it home, and I was so happy to have my first toy. The doll. It was cheap doll. Cheap doll is that the eye came off, and I can't find the eye. It was blue eye. So then, but then I learned to craft my own toys, because Cambodia is has sticky dough, kind of earth. So it's kind of earth that the kind of what do you call it? Kind of dough that the what do you call it? Where the pottery people make all of, make those little things, the cup, the dishes, and the terracotta product. Okay, it's like that. So I mold my own pots and pans. I make my own kitchen. I make human figure. There's a mom and dad and the family, the cow and the buffalo and the chicken. So I make like a little village for myself too, and I border it, and I dry it under the sun, and it lasts. That's how I create my own toys. So one day I got mischievous, and this old lady, she's a pottery woman. She's the one that make at the time Cambodian was so behind in time. We don't have this kind of cooking equipment or plates or glasses. Only terracotta product that made out of clay. So this old lady, very old, she's probably in her 100s, but she's a skilled pottery. She hunchback, and she's so short like this. I remember for her to go into this spot where she bring out the dirt for her project. So she make a cute pot, big pot, small pot, and she make pots and pans and kitchen utensil and all that, right? And she would dry it up in the air dry, and then once she air dried it, with dry enough, she would put in the kiln, and she would do the process of like stabilize and burn the terracotta from the earth tone into like a yellowish tone, called terracotta tone, like that. the yellowish tone. Not yellow, it's probably the skin tone like my tone. So because I've been watching this old lady, right? So that's how I learned how to do the terracotta figurines and all that. So one day, mom and dad went home, and I think the old lady had gone. So she had dog, but it's neighbors, so the dog don't bite. You know, I know the dog, so no one's home. So I went over to the pottery ladies, and she had all kind of ready product laid out, you know, because people buy them to sell at the market, and people in the village buy them for the kitchen. So I went over to her house without permission, and I did what I did, you know, mischievous. And not only that, I brought some home, but I did more than damage. I played with it and broke a few, not a few, more than a few. So I got caught because I brought those home. If I had not brought those cute little thing home, no one knew because no one sees. So I don't think anybody see me because I bought some other pots and pan home. So then when the old lady suspicious that children from my family would go to her place and steal a few and broke a few more, broke of her pots and pan, a few more of those. So she came over to my mom's and told her about her thing. So then my mom see that I have those things in possession, so she know I did it. Man, I got whipped so badly. I think my butt was like hurting so bad and I can't even sit on it for days. So I don't know how much my mom have to pay her, but you know, those things are not free. So no, I did terrible stuff. Yeah, damage kids, don't ever do that, girl. That was wrong, but it's funny though. Because she inspired me. Because when we during the season, my family will move to the farmhouse because my dad he's a farmer. So after harvesting, we had that like a 2-month period, where recession period, where they can go home and be normal and not have to do anything, just relax until the time when the monsoon come. Before the monsoon comes, monsoon rain come, my dad will prepare the earth and already, you know, he plow the earth and get ready to flatten it and make the water hydraulic system where the water will flow through one farm to the next farm and capture the rainwater. That way he will have the water to keep the crop alive. So then yeah, so when I'm at the farmhouse, if I'm not cooking, I'm not helping with my siblings, then that's what I do. Because there's time when my dad said, Vanna, take the cow to feed the cow, because we don't feed the cow with like American feed the cow. We have to take it to the pasture land where, you know, the cows are roam free and graze on the green grass. So I have my own cow that my dad trained. Break it, I can ride on that cow, and then I will lead the herds into the feeding field, right? So at the feeding field, well, all my cows have to be in being roped, you know, across their nose. So they pierce the nose here, and they put the attachment on it and the string go around it, because the cow, the sensitive is right here, and that's why if you have nose ring, it remind me of cow. And I'm sorry, because yeah, so they put a rope, or they pierce the ears here and the nose here and put the rope around it, and then just like same for horse, you know. I mean, no, the horse, they used the whatever what that was, but anyway. So with that, if the cow getting rough or getting rough with you, you just pull on the rope and the cow will be obedience. And that's how you break the cow, to allow the cow to be obedience by, you know, when they fight or when they get mean or get out of control, and just pull on the rope, and it's because it hurts, so they won't try anything funny. So I have one cow. His name is his name Atum, like Tom. So I can ride him. He's like my best friend. So I can ride on his back and um, back and forth from the farm. I take him to where the green grass are and lead along with the other cows. And my dad have plenty of farm hands, the cow. So my dad also have human farm hand too. So he has young men from the village to help him with the farms, because a lot of time when people who don't have the land to farm on, they have too many children and they can't afford to keep them, to feed them. So they were sent to another farmers or another villager to work in the farm, exchange for the commodity from provisional, or even get paid for the work. But most of the time my dad just trained me to do all that work, and because I'm a girl, I wasn't being sent to school. My brother did, because he's a boy, he's the firstborn, so he was like crown prince in the family. So he get educated and sent to my aunt who lived in the city, have access to good education. For me, my dad said, "Oh, don't worry about Vanna. We're gonna marry her off to some family, and she don't even need how to read and write." Same thing for my mom. My mom never learned how to read and write. So I was telling on here a long time ago that I live only not even a quarter of a mile, okay, less than a quarter of a mile from school. So when the school children recite their lesson, I can hear it. So when my mom said, "Oh, go to grandpa's house," I have to walk past the school, and I often say that I just sneak through to the school ground and go stand at the window, just watch children learning in school. And I'm like, man, when do I ever get to go to school? Until the war broke. I was in Thailand, because Thailand allow all sexes of children to attend school. It's a law to attend school. In Cambodia, it's not a law, not matter. If kid gets sent to school, then he gets sent to school. It's not, then it's a family business. So that's what happened. My dad didn't want me to get educated. So because I'm a girl, being a girl, they said if the girl being educated, she will send love letters. That's all they're worried about, is just, their face, think that girls just go out there and get pregnant and be married and send love letters. Don't ask me why, but that's how the system works. Okay, they, like I said the other day, girls are being prepared to be married off to a family who can afford to pay the dowries. Dowries are the material thing, like the money, silver, cow, pig, land. If you can present those to be part of the dowries, then you can have a girl to have a hand of a daughter-in-law or potential hand of marriage, or hands of damsel, or hands of maiden. So my dad's already figured that out for me. Just like I said, that I have my pig a long time before I even I have my own pig. My dad said, "Oh, here's the pig. You raise this pig, you sell the piglet, you save your money. When I'm ready to be married off, I will have some money, and this pig will be the feast of my wedding." They had all that plan out already. They don't think, "Oh, Vanna, I'm gonna send you to school, girl." None. Until I came to Thailand, that's why I grabbed all that school. I'm like, I'm gonna go to school. I'm not gonna stand there and watch the children recite the alphabet, like ABC, Kongo. I can hear that, but I can't go to school because my dad need me to help with the farm, with the kids at home. So, and he said, "I don't need it. You're gonna be married to someone already. You're gonna be busy taking care of your own kid. You don't have time to read or write." That was but my dad was an educated man. My dad always spoke 4 languages. He can write in 3. We spoke English too, but he can't write real well. But he was a Buddhist man for a long time, so he know the Sanskrit. He know the Malay. Malay is the higher form of Khmer writing. Okay, meaning that he know what education is all about. I don't know why I got deprived from being educated. It's just the old which is the old tradition that believed that women had no right, had no equality, and that women don't need education. Women just being married off, and she will be living with her family, her husband family, or because when the Cambodian woman married into, just like Chinese, she would be living with her in-law, mother-in-law, father-in-law, sometimes aunt and uncle, and share the life with them. Okay, so, you know, with this war, it brought me more than just opportunity. Okay, I didn't say that Khmer Rouge was a great war. I'm trying to say that because of the situation in Cambodia at the time where God brought me to this land. I never knew. I never knew the land existed. I never knew that with this opportunity, I learned more than one language. So in Thailand, I went to school. I learned to read and write Thai eloquently because I'm Thai descent. Remember, I spoke Thai from womb. I also learned Khmer too. But the Cambodian is self-taught because remember, I never got a chance to go to school in Thailand. That because I have such a driven desire that I need to read my own language. So I learn them. Okay, so I have dictionary. I have 4 or 5 dictionary I still have with me. I learned the sound. I remember the sound recited. Okay, so I learned to read. I learned to write. And it's not perfect, but eloquent, fluent. Remember, I work as interpreter. I have to be fluent in those languages in order for me to translate or interpret. Okay, so a lot of people say, oh, Vanna, you have accent. Some say, cute accent. Some, oh, you have accent. I do. I don't feel bad about that. I have accent in English too. I have accent in Cambodian. I don't have accent in Thai, nor in Laos. I don't know why I don't have accent in those nations. I think just because Thai notation it's just so eloquent. I guess I spend more time in school learning those languages so it become fluently. Well, I spent 6 years learning English here in America. I still have accent. Some say, oh, Vanna, your accent. Yes. I don't feel bad though. Accent is not a bad idea. If you're from Texas, you speak Tex. Who from Texas? Cece, when you're from Texas. Cece is not here, huh? Is Damage Kitchen from Texas?